All right, welcome back. So today we are doing a little maintenance. As we ran it in the dirt with all the dirt and oil on the RC, I went ahead and after yesterday I washed it off, and today we're just going to check some things over. You can see slightly where the rocks had been hitting the plates, but no chassis damage from the rocks, no arms beat up to death from the rocks, and that's why I like the monster truck, like the Traxxas Tmaxx, and of course this RC. So the Tmaxx. What I want to do is we're gonna clean up the filter, throw some oil on the filter as I washed it yesterday. But I just want to check some of the hardware. With nitro, they do tend to rattle. So you do want to check your bolts every now and then. Make sure that the motor is bolted down. Things are going to settle in a little bit. Remember, this is a brand new RC. I never checked the hardware when I first got it, and that's where me and a lot of others tend to disagree, because I don't think you should have to buy a RTR and go over the whole thing. So one thing I do want to do is I do want to throw up this wheelie bar a little bit. It is sitting all the way down. I want to bring it up a little bit. Really locked in there. Oh, that brings it down. So I think this last one is all the way up. So that'll give me easier landings. The shocks are doing okay. Back seems a little softer than the front, but the motor is sitting back there. Inside of the filter is doing okay. Did wash the filter yesterday. Had red oil on it. I'm throwing some blue oil on it. My opinion, oil is oil. Some paper towels. Every time I fill up the tank, I do mark the inside of the body on how many tanks I ran through it. That includes the break-in of this RC. So right now we're 5, 10, 15, 16, we're 17. I put a line through it, but there's one extra one in there. So I throw down a line. We're 17 tanks into this nitro motor. So I know they say 7 to 10 gallons, I think, is where you'll be before you lose compression bad enough to where you have to replace the motor. And I have seen guys try to, you know, run them past that because they buy used RCs that are just wore out or ran too lean, and they're all scored up, and the motor's just been killed just because it's had so many tanks run through it. Yesterday when we shut it off, just like to keep around the gas tank as clean as possible. But I'll show you where the fuel is after we shut it off yesterday. As you see, there is nothing in this tank. Even the little reserve pocket is empty. I run them pretty low. When they start getting down to about here, when you turn, you'll get a little sputtering, that kind of stuff, and I was having a lot of that. That's why you saw me ripping it on up and down the road. That was me trying to burn off whatever fuel was in it. I got my moo goo out. Moo something. What is this stuff? Oh, that's cow RC parts and chassis wash. Use that also to wipe it down a little bit. We're going to throw some fuel in this thing. I also want to I'm going to replace out the batteries that are in this thing, because they take I believe four AA's, but these are the original batteries on this RC. As you can see, we just purchased this bottle of fuel. What is this, a quart? Does it have the ounces anywhere? 16% oil, and I run the oil a little on the high side because of what I'm doing with it. 10 to 15% oil content is usually pretty good. I'm running 16%, which is good for a basher, or if you're going to hold the trigger wide open for a long period of time. It's really going to save the motor. I'm not looking for optimal performance. I'm looking for longevity, bashability of this RC. And that's why I originally started with the Traxxas fuel. Traxxas is a little oily as well, but what I found is it does gum up a little bit. It doesn't say how many ounces this bottle is, but I imagine this is a quart of fuel. We are definitely getting up there in run time on this RC. Just want to look everything over. Compression is so good on this motor. Right there is compression. It's really good and smooth. I mean, overall the RC is doing really well. Very, very impressed with it. Having a lot of fun with the nitro. Hoping you guys enjoy the nitro content. I never put rechargeable pack in there. There is a cap for the rechargeable, but I just put the AA's. I don't want to have to charge up packs when running any kind of nitro. I must have changed these at some point. I don't remember changing the batteries on this. But these Ultra GP batteries came with a lot of the low Cs, so I must have changed them at some point. I'll just throw a couple in for now. I wasn't having any signs of low voltage, but I have been running it a lot, and I definitely don't want it to lose any kind of signal. Inside the carburetor is looking really good. This was the bottom of the air filter previously. You can tell because the little black mark, that's where the oil starts to soak down. I think Traxxas says somewhere around 30 dots of oil for their filter. I want to say this is the oil I had for my two-stroke stuff. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to get this thing fired up. There was a comment a couple videos ago of somebody asking if they can see motor temps. So I'm going to try to get that for you today. I'm also going to probably richen up the low side just a touch, because coming off of idle into the high speed, I still have a little bog every now and then. And if I try to go richer on the high speed needle, it just floods out when idling. So I know it's not high speed adjustment, so I'll probably just throw a little fuel at it at the low speed today, and then check temps. There's a lot of stuff in there. Next thing I'm going to do is probably blow this thing off, make sure I can get all the dirt and sand out of the cooling head, and we'll go from there. We'll be right back. All right, so we're down here at the park. We're going to give this thing a few rips and see how it's running after I went ahead and serviced everything. Powered on, powered on. Steering's getting a little on the weak side. Throttle's good, but we'll see. Brought a temp gun, starting out at 78. Tell it's good compression, fires up perfect every time. Running flawless. Oh. And that's why I like the body on. So what I'm going to do is throw the body on. We'll check temp real quick. 155. I don't think it's going to need any adjustments to it. Anytime you do a video on a nitro, there's always going to be a comment of somebody saying it's lean, it's rich, idle's too high. It's always something. This thing is really dialed in. After the run, 251. That's after some high-speed pulls. Let it idle for a second. $225. $238. Already cooling off. Remember, I have it set up for low burst. I don't think we were even out of first gear yesterday. $238. Glow plug is 174. 227. I saw 243. 223. $189. That's all the low trigger pulls, because that's what I was doing yesterday, and the head was nice and cold, because I'm never really going wide open throttle. Bashing, it only went into second gear a couple times yesterday. It's a lot of brake and throttle. $245. What's up, Max?
I heard that. I was like, what is that? I was like, oh shit, it's Will.
Oh yeah, out here messing around.
Dude, that thing's sick.
Nitro.
Oh shit.
Your dad had a bunch of them, him and Floyd.
That was...
Floyd bought all your dad's old ones.
He was into it, but I was so young.
Yep.
And then by the time I was like, let's do this, he's like, do you know how much those are?
Yep. This one's not too old. I was just trying to dial it in. Burn some tanks.
Wait, so that's not gas?
It's nitro.
Oh shit. That looks extreme.
Yep.
You've been up to the pump track jumps?
Not with this one, with the electric ones.
Okay.
I plan on going up there when it's not so busy.
Okay. You've been to that, you walked back to the bike area?
To the mountain bike stuff?
Yeah.
The big wooden ramps?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Okay, you already know.
Yeah, I took the Tmaxxes out off those things. Those things are huge.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing's responsive.
Oh yeah, it's got 2 speeds too. You can hear it shift. Should be pretty close to running out of fuel.
How long does the tank last for?
About 15 minutes.
Okay. You know what would be kind of a cool one? I don't know if it'd work. They got that Veldrum down in Encino.
Veldrum.
It's for like track bicycles. It's like a NASCAR track, but they're like banked, so it holds the speed in.
Huh.
Try to go sneak onto that in the evening.
Yeah, that's
right near the other skate park down there near Pedlo.
Pedalo.
Across the bridge.
What city?
Encino?
Encino, huh?
Yeah, like bordering
I wonder if it's that circle track that everybody was trying to do speed runs. Yeah, this thing bone dry now.
Yeah, they're cool. You guys look up, it's Belgium, like there's only like one.
Yeah, I think it's that big circle track. Somebody invited me to it.
They're like, yeah, trippy. Like it's like the
And
fixed gear bikes are the only ones that go on them.
Ah, okay.
And it just sits
Yeah,
there.
they said it's a banked oval.
Yeah, exactly.
And when I was doing speed runs, they were telling me to go down there. 203 is where we ended up. But they told me to go down there and try to do speed runs around it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that'd be hard because even though the straights are long, even when you hit the embankment, the tires really got a grip, you know, for that circle track thing. How's it going?
Alright, you want to see what you're racing around?
Oh, just a little old Tmaxx.
I've got a couple of them hanging on the wall.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get people motivated to bring them back out.
Yeah.
Because everybody stopped running nitro and they started running battery packs.
I run lipo batteries.
All right, we'll see you in a bit, Max.
Yeah, I run all lipo batteries. You know, 6-cell batteries.
Yep.
These cars are 100 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, that's what I was just telling him. My limitless, I've got it up to 150, 148. 150 is my goal. But he was telling me about a bank oval in Encino, and I'm like, I don't think it'll stick. You know, I mean, it'll go fast, but
I have went out and I bought Z-rated solid rubber belted radial tires.
Yep.
For mine, because at certain speeds they pizza cutter and you're doing this.
yes,
So
that's why I went to foams.
yeah, foams even after a certain amount of speed, they still kind of pizza cutter a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit in the center, but that helps with your speed. But they come unglued.
They come unglued easy.
And I haven't found a solid rubber tire that'll stay together. Because right now, the speed run guys, I think they're at 220. And that's insane. And they're using foams.
They're using foam.
And I'm like, but they're cutting the foams down. I mean, there's little foam on it, you know.
The tires I got, they're not completely solid. They're foam inside.
Oh, yeah.
But the rubber on them's like super thick.
Really?
Belted.
Huh.
They were about.
Because I have belted tires, like the Limitless comes with belted tires. And they have different compounds. But their belted isn't steel belted. It's like duct tape belt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cloth.
Like a cloth belt. Yep.
Yeah. I had to buy those because I have a little Rustler.
Oh yeah.
I have rear-wheel drive, slammed to the ground.
Yep.
And
That's how I started speed running.
that little damn thing, I mean, that's.
I got 3 ounces of wheel weights on the front of it to keep it down, and I get to about 120 with the 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
And you got to pull slow because it wants to come around.
Yep, it'll kick.
Yes.
I got a 4-ounce fishing weight stuck in the bumper.
Yep, exactly.
Front end down.
Yep, see? I put an RPM bumper and I threw a bunch of wheel weights on it and I taped them with electrical tape and zip tied it.
Yeah. So, I actually had my Tmaxx in Facebook Buy, Sell, and Trade.
Oh yeah.
Because I've got a full Tmaxx that's ready to go. It just needs to be run. I mean, it's sat for a long time.
Yep.
Fuel in the car.
Yeah,
But
so.
it needs to be gone through and cleaned.
Yep.
But other than that, everything's good to go. I have billet. I have a billet 3-speed transmission case for it.
Ah, okay.
I never put it in. It's
Yeah.
just sitting there in the bag. Has all the steel gear and everything. And then I have another one that's just the rolling chassis.
Uh-huh.
I have paddle tires for it. I got
Oh yeah.
tires for it. I
Yep.
put it in the paper for 150 bucks.
Yep.
Nobody touched it.
Exactly.
I was like, wow.
Yep.
Surprised. That's a lot of shit. I mean, it came
Be-
with the parts,
I mean, you're talking about, the problem with nitro is, you know, 7 to 10 gallons through the motor, you got to replace the motor. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I do know there's a few people that buy used nitros, but at the end of the day, nobody runs them anymore.
Nobody runs them.
And
Too expensive.
yes.
Yeah.
But you know, they're literally cheap to buy, cheap to run, fun to play with. You know,
Oh,
2-speed transmissions. You know, you can sit here and without charging up packs, you can throw fuel in it and run all day long.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I've got a couple other wall hangers. I have a Traxxas NT low-seat
Oh yeah.
medium truck.
Yep.
That's a wall hanger.
Yep.
That thing was fun to drive. That thing was quick. I had a OS Hyper 15 in it.
Oh yeah.
That thing was a little rocket ship.
Yep.
I mean, I had on the Facebook Buy Sell and Trade, I had all that stuff on there with that extra brand new OS Hyper motor.
Yep.
Not in the box. And I was only selling it for all that for only 150 bucks. That motor alone was like 200 bucks. And
Yep.
nobody touched it. I could not believe it. I was like, wow.
Yep.
That's insane. Nobody wanted it.
Yep.
I was like, okay, well, I guess I just hang them on my garage wall now. They're just wall hangers.
Yep.
I don't touch them.
Yep.
Now, there's some people that will get these and they have a conversion kit.
Uh-huh.
You can put dual motor, dual battery pack.
Yeah. On the well, they did that with the Tmaxx, and they did that with the Revo.
The Revos, yeah.
The Revos came, but they were brush motors.
They were brushed.
And you could put two ESCs and two motors in them.
Mm-hmm.
Very expensive, but they came stock with dual brush motors and one ESC that ran both motors.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a friend of mine.
I put it on my Summit because the Summit's basically the same platform,
right.
But now I get the 2-speed transmission.
I think that's what it is. I think they're using that same
motor mount setup.
Mounts and setup, and they're just putting them in the Tmaxx. They're gutting them, the fuel tank and everything else, and it just bolts right up.
Wow.
Supposedly.
Yep.
And the conversion's like a couple $100.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yep.
I've got a couple slashes, 4-wheel drive slashes with brushless motors.
Yep.
I'm running 4-cell batteries in them.
Oh yeah.
Those things just shouldn't get. It is.
Yep.
I've got Rustler. I've got all sorts of trucks. Most of my stuff Traxxas.
Yep. Well, they were popular back in the day for all the ready to runs, so they still sell it. The XO1.
I had the little drip car one.
Yep. But hobby peoples were there forever.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got some of their no-name stuff still to this day, because they sold a lot of that China stuff over there that was really cheap.
Yeah.
And I bought a bunch from them. I can't remember what the name of it was, like Maximus or something.
Mm.
And so I bought all 3 of their models, and then shortly after, I think that had to be, God, a while ago. And they closed up like months later, and I was like, I couldn't get parts for the thing, and I was like,
yeah, you gotta try hunting them down.
Yeah, because now hobby people is only online. They have no stores.
Yeah.
But you can still get stuff online from them. So I found them a few years back.
My brother's been doing a lot of stuff to his. Right now he's only running a 6-cell in it. But my little Rustler still keeps up with them on straightaway.
Yep.
I think
once you guys get going, because that 4-wheel drive.
Yeah, when that 4-wheel drive starts catching up to me, I'll take them out of the hole.
Will you on a 2-wheel drive?
2-wheel drive.
Wow.
If I can keep it straight.
Yes, that's the hard part.
I gotta start like getting into it slow.
Yes.
I gotta get into it slow and then goose it.
Exactly.
Much, either the front end's gonna come up or it's gonna.
Or it's just gonna spin out. Yep. That's why everybody's into 4-wheel drive for the drag race and stuff. Even though I feel the 2-wheel drive's fun. Yeah. So
I got a locked rear end.
Yeah.
So it's pausing.
Yeah.
So it hooks up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just eating this car up.
Oh yeah.
Just breaking shit.
Yeah, it starts tearing up everything. And that's the problem with Arma, is that they're too expensive to fix. Where Traxxas is a lot cheaper to fix.
Do you have plastic axles?
Yeah, yeah. Nitro, not a lot of torque in them. Yeah.
Doing the death roll.
Yeah.
Tire.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang it. So yeah, the axle just snaps. And,
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's an expensive hobby.
It
It's
is.
a fun one right there, drones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, scare the crap out of people, and I think they're under attack.
Yeah. All the news lately.
All the news and everything.
Yep.
We're gonna die.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you get back into the hobby.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm still in the hobby, but I just don't really mess with nitro too much.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm making a bunch of videos on it, trying to get, because I'm a big electric guy too, but trying to get people back in the nitro. It's still cheap,
Yeah.
because all these electric models, you know, $600, $700, $800.
Oh yeah.
You know, and then you're dealing with LiPo batteries and
Oh yeah, batteries aren't
explosives, and every time you crash, you're tearing up your packs, and yep. So nitro might be a good alternative. You know, you just never know.
Like the 6-cell my brother just bought for his crate was like $250.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's definitely expensive.
He wants to chase that car.
Oh yeah.
My lab used to chase my RC cars until his feet bled. That lab was crazy, but if he got a hold of your car, he would drive it by the tire and rip it right off your car.
Oh yeah.
So you had to kind of be.
Yeah, keep an eye on them, or very good RC control.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he'd get a hold of it and he'd pop holes in the body and rip your tire off.
Yep.
Shred it.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
All right, we're gonna take a little break and let people go away. We'll be back. All right, well, I'm gonna end out to today's video. I'm picking up some food now. Went ahead and getting some Mexican food, but park got too busy, so, and it's getting late in the day, so we'll go ahead and start up again tomorrow. There we go. Like, comment, subscribe. Sunday I'll be setting this thing up to put it back away, because I start work again on the 6th, so it's going to be a little tough running RC every day. So we're going to set this thing up, put it away, and probably get some other RCs out. But there we go. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.